Discipline has got to be the biggest scam in the whole self-improvement and self-development community. And I feel like every single video you press on nowadays just says, make sure you have discipline in everything you do. And here's the thing, like, this ruined my life so many different times, and I always just listened to it, and I never understood what the heck was actually going on, because I was doing what the videos told me to do, and I was self-developing, right? But when you're in self-improvement for a while, you already know how to be disciplined towards things, and that's where everybody gets messed up. Like, you see so many different types of videos, and you see so many different methods, so many different routines, and you start to become disciplined with the routine you make, right? But then once you become disciplined with that, it doesn't feel like enough. You feel like you hit a plateau. And the thing in life is, you got to realize that to get to a certain level, right, you can do the same things over and over again, but at some point you're gonna hit a stop, whether that's with your health and fitness, with your mindset, with your business. No matter what it is, you can't always continue to do the exact same things. And having discipline and really being like a really strict disciplined guy can set you back for a long time, and even make you quit your self-improvement journey, even make you think that you're not disciplined, because you get burnt out in a sense. But you don't even want to, like, if you're watching this video, you're not going to want to recognize it as burnt out, because nobody likes the word burnout, and even I don't. And I know I've been burnt out plenty of times before, whether I like to say it or not. But here's the thing, like, you become disciplined so early on in your self-improvement. That's the first thing you learn. So as you hear different methods, you hear more in-depth videos, you get to just see a lot of different sides of things, and you hit a point where you've been doing your routine for a while. Like, this was me. I had like a good morning routine, and then I started to just grab onto tons of things. Like, I would meditate, journal, pray. Obviously, I journal and I pray now, and I have a set morning routine. If you guys go watch my videos, you'll see I have a morning routine video, and it's fire. It's the best morning routine in the world. But don't get stuck up in the whole discipline thing. I stay disciplined to it, don't get me wrong, but here's the whole gist. When I started grabbing on to like 30 different things, and like, okay, I gotta, like, you gotta, at some point I was going on a morning jog, and then I would like meditate for 20 minutes, and then like put my face in cold water, and then do the cold plunge, and then do the cold shower. And like, bro, nobody has time to do those things every single day, unless that's all your life is just self-improvement. And all of us that are tapped into these videos, yeah, we live disciplined lives. Yeah, we take time to put ourselves first every day, right? That's the whole point of this whole entire journey, is realizing not put up with all the crap in the world, right? But there's a fine line of realizing when, think about it like this. Let's say I were to go to the grocery store, right? And I get a ton of groceries, and I'm by myself. I load up my car, I get a bunch of bags, right? And I finally get to my house, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to carry in all the bags at once. So I start putting bags all down this arm, I start putting bags all down this arm, and I'm covered up. I'm carrying stuff like this, and I can barely move my neck and stuff. And like, just everything's full, right? I'm grabbing onto so many things. How is there a guy riding a bike on a trail? Guys, I just ran 3 miles. If you've been watching my page, I'm not a runner. I've ran under 5 times in the past 5 years of my life, and I don't run. But I just decided that I'm gonna start doing it once a week right now, just because I want to do something new, and I gotta challenge myself out here outside the country. I'm lonely as hell. I live in Thailand by myself at 20 years old, if you're new here. But anyways, you guys get the gist. Let me go back to what I was saying. You got all these bags, right? I got all these bags, and I'm trying to walk inside. Am I gonna look for more things to pick up? Or am I gonna be like dropping things and being inconsistent in some things that don't matter as much, that aren't as like a non-negotiable, if you're thinking about it in a self-improvement way, right? I'm dropping the things, and but you guys don't notice there's things laying on the ground already, right? There's a little envelope at my door, but I didn't see it because I'm just trying to do too much, right? I'm trying to hold on to everything. And even if you're new to your self-improvement journey, you can apply this to yourself right now. You're trying to hold on to your vices. You're trying to hold on to masturbation, smoking weed. And to the people that are a slave to their discipline. You're trying to hold on to your 20-step morning routine. You're trying to hold on to like being so freaking hard on yourself and beating yourself up every single time, where it's just pulling you back, right? But that envelope right there, my bad, I'm not too good at telling these things. Hope you guys get where I'm going. That envelope right there is, you won the lottery, bro. You won the lottery. It's in that ticket, right? But here's the thing. You're so caught up, you don't even see the envelope. And guess what? There's a storm today. That storm takes that envelope, and you no longer won the lottery, right? Or whatever the most meaningful thing is to you in your life. Let's say it's in the envelope. That's what's going to happen in your life. When you're trying to leech onto either your vices, your old ways, and live life in moderation and balance like a little pussy, that's never going to work. But there's a fine line between that and being a slave to your discipline. I'm somebody that never struggled with the big vices like smoking weed. I've never done it in my life. I've never drank alcohol. I've never gone to a party. I hate going to events. I'm an introverted person. I like being alone. I love all these things, right? But I always had vices that were behind closed doors that I would try to really hold on to. And when I started my self-improvement journey, that was what was holding me back. I'm trying to hold on to, what if I just masturbate once a week, right? What if I just have sex with my girl here and there, right? But I'm trying to grow my connection with God. I'm trying to be a faithful man, but I'm still lusting. What sense does that make, right? I know we're all at different points in our growth, but here's the main gist of this video. Stop being a slave to your discipline. Stop acting like the end of the world when you don't, for example, get your steps in. When you don't wake up on your morning routine time and, you slept in by accident. Guys, we're all hella hard on ourselves for the most part, as men. If you're a little pussy, just honestly, just get off this video. This one isn't for you. Maybe check out a different one of mine, and if you don't like what I have to say, just get the hell out of here. Like, grab your balls, man up, stop being a pussy, or just get out. Anyways, we're all disciplined here in some type of aspect. Even just being disciplined, being a bum. Like, if you do some stupid thing every day, at least you're disciplined with it, right? Like, what even is being disciplined? I can be disciplined eating processed foods every single day. I could be disciplined stroking my cock every single night, right? Where is that gonna get me? Well, it used to not get me anywhere in life. Anywhere. It actually used to keep me the most down bad person I've ever been in my entire life. But when I'm holding on to all these morning routine things and I realize I'm dropping some and I'm beating myself up, I can't stay consistent, and I start to fall in this rut where I'm doing so many, like, guys, I was on a one-on-one call with one of my elite clients, and before he came to me, every single night, he would read it. That's what I would do too in my morning routine. I'd read 10 pages and all this crap. He would read 10 pages. He wouldn't have his steps done. So he would be riding a little tiny like tricycle thing on the floor in his room while reading his book with his meal on his chest, like laying on the floor somehow while pedaling, reading his book. And then he's eating his meal off of his chest. 3 things at once, self-improvement, while he's like 3 or 4 hours late to sleep because he wrote a checklist for himself every single day that was way too long and wasn't realistic for what he could actually complete in a day. And it beat himself up into this rut so bad to where it left his mind to just go into lustful things. And that's what happened to me so many different times. Like, guys, when I lived in Vietnam a couple months ago, and I was living outside the country with my good freaking brother Julian, but he had to go home, right? And I've been out the country alone ever since, just me by myself. Before it was just me and him living out here. But when I was going through that time, I was being a slave to my discipline so bad. I started to write extra long to-do lists. I started to hold myself to higher standards when I'm going through a new phase because I was just scared that I was gonna give up the ones that I had. I was scared that I was gonna take a step back, right? Because when you have a brother with you, it's very easy to go about doing the hard things every single day when you know the other person is gonna be doing it. You guys are both dogs. When you're by yourself, and I thought very deeply about these things, it's like, dude, I gotta like push myself to the limits, otherwise I'm gonna fall back into my old ways. And I started looking backwards in a way instead of continuing to look forward. I was looking backwards saying, I'm afraid of falling into this guy, which you should be, right? But if that's all I'm focused on, I don't see the brick wall in front of me. I don't see the car coming in oncoming traffic, because I'm looking backwards saying, oh, that guy's scary. That guy that stroked his cock, lusted with his girlfriend, did all the vices, hung out and ate Taco Bell till 3 a.m., never ate a clean meal in his life. Like, that guy fears the heck out of me. That guy fears me. I hate that guy. But one thing I'll never do again is be a slave to my discipline. I am so deep in my self-improvement journey. Discipline is in the back of my head. Like, I don't even have to think of that word. Whatever I choose to do, I'm disciplined at it, no matter what. But when you load up your schedule with too many things and you become this self-improvement maniac freak, how are you ever gonna start the business? How are you ever going to take your physique to the next level when you're just so focused on every single thing that you have right now, but you're not even open to the next opportunity because your plate is full? You're carrying all the bags. You got too much stuff. You're not gonna realize opportunities in your life. So stop being a slave to your discipline. Stop beating yourself up so freaking much and realize that maybe it's time to enter a new stage, right? In your self-improvement journey, this is what I do for all my one-on-one clients, is we have a full entire self-improvement operating system that we check in with every single day and get the boxes checked off. But guess what we do every single week? We make changes that need to be made when we see ourselves entering into a new level, into a new phase. I have a full death list, right, for every single one-on-one client. And what we do is we write down every single thing that we don't like about ourselves, and we want to get rid of those things. And they get very specific. It's not like, I want to stop being negative. No, it's like very specific, so we can easily cut it out and make an exact game plan on how to fix it, right? But after a couple weeks, when you're already disciplined, when things are easy to incorporate new things in your life, and you've already self-developed and self-improvement in some type of way, shape, or form, how are you going to get to the next level when you don't have an operating system that's going to give you the next step, right? That's going to tell you, okay, now it's time to let go of that discipline thing. You don't have time to do your 20-step morning routine. At some point, that's good for all of us. When you're starting out, we all need that dang crazy morning routine. We all need to go on our morning runs and all that stuff. But at some point, you got to let go. At some point, you can't do body weight workouts every day expecting to get jacked, right? At some point, you can't go to the gym, do a cold plunge, go on a run, do that, work in your business, work a 10-hour shift. It just doesn't work. And when I was working my 10-hour shifts, working 70 hours a week, my job was slaving me away as an airplane mechanic, as you can hear in the back. I probably freaking worked on that one right there, literally building the commercial airplanes. When I was working that job and they were slaving me away, I was trying to hold on to all my routines, all the things that I did doing 40 hours a week. And man, oh man, did my life start to suck when I got 3 hours of sleep every night. When I started to wake up every day with a bloated, puffy face when I was still eating clean. When I didn't recover my body ever. My testosterone was probably low as hell at that point. And I was just literally fighting off of willpower and the anger of breaking up with my girlfriend. That's the only reason I got through that phase. Is I had so much pain in me. I stopped seeing my friends. I cut out so many things in my life, and I had so much pain every day I woke up. I would look at a picture and notes that I have. My girl has written me so many notes and pictures and all those cute little things, right? I'd look at it and I'd shed some tears in the beginning of the day. Every day I woke up, part of my morning routine, to get me so angry. Like, the sleep didn't matter, bro. I could have probably went days without sleeping and done my routine and hit the gym and everything. But at some point, it's gonna fade away. I can't look at that picture and have tears anymore. I can't bring up my old past traumas time after time after time again, right? That happens when you're a newbie. When you're a newbie, go for it, do it. But when you're not, how are you gonna hold on to those things forever? Do you think Elon Musk, do you think LeBron James, Kobe Bryant are doing these 20-step morning routines? Obviously, Kobe Bryant's dead, rest in peace, you know what I mean? But, you know, my bad, bro, I'm not laughing at that. Chill out, nobody comment nothing, I'm not messed up. Just let go, bro. Let go of the whole crap and realize that you need a system, you need a process, you need to follow a workout plan that's changing, that has different phases, that has a strength phase, hypertrophy, that has all these different ways for you to enter different phases to build your physique in different types of ways, shapes, or form. You need to have a phase where you're focused on more mobility, and you're focusing on compound movements. You're getting your numbers up, right? Then you're getting your weight up. That's what cuts and bulks are for. But if you're just going through the motions, holding on to all your weird little habits that you think are keeping you so disciplined and make you feel so productive, when you don't have 3 to 5 key needle moving tasks that you do every single day that are non-negotiables, and then all the rest of the things are if you have time for it. Like, guys, I'm no longer in a phase where I can read 15 pages every single day. Also, like, read my Bible, right? I gotta read my Bible. That is the most important. So I do that every single day. But I can't read 15, 20 pages of a self-improvement book every single day. Otherwise, I'm just gonna not get any of my business work done. I'm not gonna be able to post these videos, post my content, right? You can't hold on to all the things at once, and you must be going through life as a process and realizing that if you have a direct map, knowing exactly what you have to do every day, it's gonna make it impossible to fail, especially when you have somebody, a coach holding you accountable that literally gives you the full guide and it changes it every single week as they watch you improve. That's why I invest thousands and thousands of dollars into a one-on-one mentor every single time mine runs up. I've invested almost 10 G's now in the past, not even a year, bro. Like literally like 6 months. And I don't regret it whatsoever. 3,000 of it was wasted on a crap mentor, but that's part of the game. That just makes me, that's a lesson to learn, to be able to learn how to look for a better mentor, right? And now I love my mentor to death. I literally got a notification from him as I was making this video. But it's like, if you're not following a system, you're already past your regular self-improvement journey, you're gonna fall into being a slave to your discipline. You're gonna watch all these discipline videos and you're gonna feel so productive, but at some point, things are gonna start to fall apart. You're gonna start to feel burnt out. Like, it's just not gonna work anymore. And you're either gonna fall off, or you're either watching this video, you've already fallen off and you're like, holy crap, this is what I've needed to hear my whole life. But this is literally, you can't even find this on YouTube. Look up slave to your discipline. I couldn't even find it. It's not real, because I'm the only person that's gonna tell the truth. I might be a small channel in here, I might not have a lot of subscribers, but that's not what this is about. I post these videos to help my past self through the times that were the hardest in my life. So if you are beating yourself up every single day, you feel like you wake up with regret, but in reality, in a broad stance, if somebody looked at your life, they'd say, damn dude, you're doing good. But here you are, nah bro, my life sucks because I'm not living up to my full potential. I gotta get the 10 G's a month. There's 18-year-olds driving Lamborghinis. Like, bro, when are you gonna just let go of all that crap? Imagine making 50 G's a month at 15 years old, like these little nerds, and then guess what? Their little hack in the system doesn't work in 10 years from now, and they probably want to kill themselves because it's not about the money. I will never dedicate my life towards money. I have so much discipline and all the other things, and I've done all these practices. I could pick up some cheap little quick get rich scheme quick, and I would demolish it because I can sit on the computer for 15 hours a day if I really wanted to, because I have that discipline mindset. I can be a slave to my discipline and I can go make tons of money, but I don't care about that stuff. I want to help the world become a better place. And I'm not one of those cringy, oh, I'm gonna help the world become a better place. Like genuinely, I want to take people that were in the same position as me, or in a similar position that relate to my story, and level them up and get them past that point that is keeping them stuck, and continue to gain a brother and sharpen each other every single day. And that's why I do my one-on-one coaching. I'm not one of these guys that tells you about the dream outcome every single video and says, guys, to get your dream physique, you have to, no, to get your dream physique, you've already been working out for a long time. You already know a lot of things. You've searched up all the videos. You've done enough research. You don't need anything new. You need to let go of all the things and have one process and have a system that is evolving over time and developing. That is the gist of this video. Stop being a slave to your discipline. Stop beating yourself up. Stop being regretful every day, and realize that maybe it's time to simplify things. Maybe it's time to invest in a mentor. It doesn't even have to be me, right? And go invest in whatever person that you resonate with the most and you know they're gonna get you there. I don't even care if it's me. But at the end of the day, if you guys are interested in my one-on-one coaching, or if you want to learn more about me, shoot me a DM on IG. I answer all my messages with voice messages. I'll literally send you text, but also I put my coaching description, or my bad, the link in the description of every video. So if you guys want to book a one-on-one call with me and see what it's about, go ahead. But overall, guys, I'm going to keep dropping bangers like this. Don't be a slave to your discipline. Wake up, Jeff. Let's go. Ooh, ooh, ooh.